So I just quit my job, and to many people this sounds impulsive because I don't have another job lined up, but I've actually been thinking about this for months and secretly like preparing.
Quit your job, take that leap of faith, quit your job with no backup plan, quit your job, chase your dreams, quit your job, leave the country, quit your job, quit your job. I made a video some months ago and I said I was going to quit my job to write a series that I've been wanting to write, and I was going to quit my job and take the leap of faith, which I did. I did actually do that, but then a bitch went broke. A bitch went broke. I went broke. So I'm quitting my job with no backup plan. But I've done it before. I'm sitting here and I'm crying and I'm sad and I'm so fucking mad about it. But, I'm back in that space of having a fucking panic attack every time I clock in, every time I have to clock in. And I genuinely hate it. I fucking hate it. Over 1 month ago, with absolutely no backup plan or savings, I quit my job and walked away from corporate America because the Lord had called me away from corporate America. The Lord had been calling me away from corporate America since 2020. I thought that the Lord initially was calling me away from a specific job, but I realized a few months ago that the Lord was actually calling me away from corporate America just in general. God is calling some of us away from corporate America. Some of us he's calling away indefinitely. Some of us he's calling away maybe temporarily. And some of us he's not calling away.
What's going on, guys? Jason Needle here, back with another video. And really quickly, I have a really quick favor to ask you guys. If this is your second time or more tuning into one of my videos, I ask that you please feel free to give the video a like and to subscribe if you feel so too inclined, because it really does help out with the YouTube algorithm, and I would greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. Today, we're talking about how quitting your job may be a major mistake.
So I just quit my job today without a backup plan, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do from today onwards. I've been working in the corporate world as an engineer for the past 2 years, and I have already figured out in those 2 years that I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this 9 to 5. And it feels really weird leaving that and going into really like the unknown. I've never been unemployed out of college, and not really having a designated plan or anything to follow feels so weird to me. It's honestly a mixture of anxiety and excitement. I want to help the world, but I don't really know what to do. So all I want to really tell myself is that it's going to somehow be okay. I hope it's going to be okay. And to prove that it's going to be okay, I'm going to be tracking my progress over the next few months to see exactly where I end up, because it has to be better than that 9 to 5.
So the impression I get from watching her is that she went into engineering because she was probably told to do it by her family, or maybe some school counselors told her this is a good route to go because it's a good return on investment and you're guaranteed to get a job. And a lot of that is true. And she probably made a good decision long term, because in my mind, she can always fall back on engineering. She doesn't seem like she likes it very much, so maybe she won't do that. But if she needed to and her back was against the wall, an engineering degree is a very high return on investment degree. But yeah, it just seems to me like she did that degree and took that route because of outside pressure. And she said something about how she wanted to help the world and help people, which gives me this sense of more of a helping type of career. It sounds more so on the line of, I'm not sure if you all have heard of this before, but it's something called, there's STEM, and then there's something called HEAL. And STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, mathematics. HEAL stands for healthcare, education, administration, and maybe learning. I forget what the L stands for. It sounds like maybe she needs to go more down the HEAL route because she has more of a heart to help people in that way, as opposed to the mathematics side or the sciencey side. So maybe she wants to explore maybe nursing, maybe something in the medical field as a doctor or physical therapist, or maybe she wants to go into teaching. I mean, there's a lot of things she could do. Maybe she can go to administration, who knows? But I will say that because she has an engineering degree, she can fall back on it. She should be okay. But to quit your job without a plan, never recommend it. Never recommend it. Stick it out. Have something lined up before you just take that leap. That's my 2 cents. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section, whether or not you agree with
I
that.
think I'm quitting today. My heart is beating so fast. Follow my journey, you already know. I currently work a full-time job that is not in alignment with my highest and best self, and I know it, and I've been asking for signs of, if I leave this job, will I be caught? Because I have no backup plan. I don't have a second job already lined up for myself. I have 2 kids. I'm pretty much solely responsible for them on my own. Like I said, I don't have a backup plan. I don't have any savings. I maybe have a little bit left over every month after paying all the bills. They always say that
The universe will show you what's not for you. And it might show you with a little light tap on the head, and it might show you with a dumbbell to the face. And I'm getting a dumbbell to the face. I'm not listening. I'm not practicing what I'm preaching. And I think I'm going to quit today. And I have no idea what I'm going to do. None. I have ideas. That's not true. I have ideas. And I get paid over $70K a year, and I get bonuses. I get PTO. But I know this isn't for me. And my mental health is suffering for it. My physical health is suffering for it. I've gained like 30 pounds in the last year. And thinking about quitting with no concrete backup plan with consistent income coming in, because that's what it would be. I have ideas that will create income, but I don't know if it's going to be consistent, and I don't even know if it'll work. But I know it will work. I don't know when, but I know it will. I know I'm safe, and I know I'm going to be caught. And I don't have proof of that. It's just a feeling that I have. I don't know how I'm going to be caught. I don't know. I don't have a plan. I know I'm not supposed to be here doing this. And I have to remove what isn't serving me so that what can serve me will come in.
So I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't want to judge here and come across as being judgmental or just being out of touch or whatever words you want to call it or thing you want to call it. But in my mind, once you have kids involved, it's less about what serves you and more about what serves the kids. I mean, not to say you have to totally forget about yourself and do something that's emotionally draining or that you hate, but you kind of do have to do something that you don't love or hate if you have to. That's to provide for those kids. And she said that she's for all intents and purposes a single parent. So if that's the case and she has no savings and she was living paycheck to paycheck, I don't know if quitting without a plan is no, I can't. I'll say it this time. I think that quitting without a plan on this situation is probably not the smartest thing to do. If she's making over 70K, I mean, just struggle, grit and bear it for a little bit longer for another 1, 2, 3, 4, however many months it takes to find another position and then make a change to that position. But just to quit and to say that you hope that something will catch you using words like that just lets me know it's kind of like you're leaving it up in the air. I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do. I don't. I really don't. You know, some people quitting, a lot of times they look like they're just kind of younger, and she looks young too. It's not about age really. It's more so about where you're at in life. A lot of them seem like they're new grads. They don't have very many priorities. They just, they maybe have a car note and some rent to pay for, and they'll kind of figure it out. Maybe they can go work at as I don't know, some job where they're making minimum wage, whatever the case may be. But in her situation, to take care of 2 kids, it's tough right here. It's a tough one. So but like I always say, I wish her the best. But this is the one where I'm like, wow. I mean, there's got to be some type of forethought and planning. Again, like I said in the previous clip, I doubt that this all came and hit you in the face like a dumbbell, as she said, all at once in one day or 1 month. I'm sure she felt this way about this job for a long period of time. And in that time, granted, she's working a lot and has 2 kids to take care of, carve out 1, 2 hours a day to apply to jobs, to make sure that when you leave this job you can't stand, that's not serving you, that you go work somewhere that you can stand and that does serve you, or that at least you can stand and doesn't drain you or make you feel like you want to just, I don't know, just do bad things. So let me read some comments on this one. Someone writes, "Hey bestie, this is me right now and I just want to know how you're doing. Did you get caught? Because I'm terrified." And I feel the same way. Like, she says she's gonna get caught. What plans you have? Doesn't sound like she had one. Another person says, "Don't think you should quit until you find something. That's my advice. Be smart. You have a family to support." Okay. So same along the same lines that I was saying, like, it's one thing if you're single and you just have yourself to take care of. You can sleep on the couch, you can sleep in the car, you can work at Starbucks or whatever. No shade to Starbucks, just came off the top of my head. That's one thing. But to have 2 kids to support, whole nother ballgame. Someone writes, "The one saying don't quit, don't get it." Again, with all due respect, you don't get it because again, you have kids to take care of. So this comment, I disagree with this comment, honestly. So that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Okay, so this person says, "Step into your greatness. DoorDash to cover your bills in the meantime. There's always a way. You just have to hustle and find it. You can do it." All right, so that's somewhere in the middle between they don't understand, they don't get it, and don't quit. It's not a smart idea to quit. You have kids to take care of. In the middle there, it's okay if you quit. Make sure that you grind it out to make sure you can put food on the table. And that's what this is basically saying. DoorDash, I'm gonna guess maybe some government assistance will be in the future if she does this. Babysit other kids, walk dogs, do what you have to do because you have to feed these kids. So
So I quit my job
I'm walking away from my stable 9 to 5 in corporate beauty to pursue nothing. The place I worked at started off kind of dreamy, but there were red flags, and I foolishly ignored the red flags for about a year and a half until I couldn't anymore. And it became so toxic that I absolutely hated every single day that I was there. So about 2 weeks ago, I put in my resignation. I gave a 2 week notice and just been wrapping up final projects. Side note, I'm never doing that again. I'm gonna quit on the spot next time because the way people turn on you, it's crazy. But I did get a nice farewell. Yeah, I have nothing lined up. I plan on taking a break for the next few months and really think about what I want to do next instead of jumping into the next thing. I'm scared, but I'm excited because I feel like I've entered a very different chapter in my life where I just want to live. I want to go out of my comfort zone and just live life. I want to travel. I want to have new experiences. I don't want to be career focused anymore. Like, whatever happens, happens. I tried my best. I learned that being a corporate girly is not for me. So, yeah, let's see what happens next.
So first of all, I don't know what corporate beauty is. So if any of you in the comment section knows what corporate beauty is, let me know because I'm curious. And it doesn't sound like something that's easy to come by, like engineering or something in the STEM field. So if she left corporate beauty, I wonder how easy it will be for her to get back into it. Not saying she wants to based upon how she makes it sound. It was stressful. I don't know if it's just the career path itself or where she worked. That being said, she said she was planning, or she knew for a year and a half that it was toxic and she was just gritted and bearing it. If you knew for a year and a half it was toxic, why not during that year and a half make some plans to have a fallback when you leave? That's what I never understand. People stay and they suffer, and while they're suffering, they don't make a plan for what they're gonna do once they leave that suffering. I don't understand that. Another thing that sticks out to me here is how she said she wants to start living and traveling and experiencing life. I guess what she did was so taxing on her and so took so much of her time and energy and resources that she couldn't do those things. But part of me thinks, and again, granted, I do know that a lot of people do. It's tough when you're working a corporate job to really travel how you want to, because maybe you get a week or two of vacation, PTO, and you have to schedule it certain times. There are blackout periods. So I get it. It can be difficult. I get that. So I won't even knock her for that. But I mean, if you're gonna do something like that, I think plan for it. And I have another video that I'm gonna drop. I don't know if it's come before. This one about millennials who are tired of working and quitting. And one of them, she quit to go. She made a distinction between traveling and vacationing. She said she quit to travel and she planned for it. Has no debt, drives an old car, has saved up, side hustle, et cetera, et cetera. If you're interested in it, check that video out. It'll be called something like "Millennials are quitting their work because, oh, with no backup plan or because they don't want to work anymore," something like that. But the point is, why not do something like that? Plan for it and save your money up. And maybe she did. She didn't talk about it. She didn't go into the details of how she's planning on surviving right now. But just quitting because you're just stressed out with no backup plan, to me, again, it just doesn't make much sense. Have a plan. But I do wish her the best, as with all these people. And hopefully she can figure it out. Hopefully she's good. With that being said, guys, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you for sticking around. If you've enjoyed the video and got any entertainment from it, or education or edutainment, feel free to give it a like and to subscribe if you feel so too inclined. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm, and I really appreciate it. And until next time, make smart financial decisions.